Hi everyone, it's me, Dr. Cotton, author of Essential Tips for Section 504 Coordinators. You see my Bitmoji, she has a copy of it back there in her book. Well, I want to dive in and give you just a preview of what Chapter 3 talks about. I talked about it a little bit in that last chapter preview, but Chapter 3 really does get down to the basics of essentials of Section 504 with knowledge is power. Like I said, I mentioned the importance of gaining knowledge and being knowledgeable when you're in such a role where you're learning about Section 504. In that chapter, I specifically highlight the district knowledge is power, Section 504 basics. I talk about impairments. According to the Americans with Disabilities Amendments Act, I talk about the temporary impairments, your Section 504 team, the evaluation and the eligibility process, consents, the eligibility meeting, mitigating measures, individual healthcare plans, the 504 plan, examples of accommodations, and I'm just going through the book and flipping and giving you guys a preview. 504 considerations, just the basic process. So if you're trying to learn about a Section 504 process, then I have a chart that on page 55 with the basic process for you. I talk about related services because students with Section 504 services can receive related services. They're also protected with discipline. So you have to have a manifestation determination meeting to determine if it is related to the disability. So I'll talk about that on page 57. I talk about 504 plans versus IDEA and special education, and I give examples of the differences between the two. And then I talk about response or intervention, components of RTI, acronyms. If you remember essential tips for Section 504 leaders, I talk about acronyms. Well, once again, I reintroduce some common acronyms because when I was in this role, and as I learned, I used to write the acronyms down and go and research them. So I have all the acronyms there for you on page 67. And so throughout the whole book, I have essential tips throughout the copies, throughout the chapter. So at the end of the chapter, I have some essential tips for you. So chapter 3 is knowledge is power. So if you are a school leader, an educator, college student, parent, anyone who wants to know about Section 504, this is the book for you. It's available on Amazon for $19.95 paperback, and there's a Kindle version. So gain your knowledge, essential tips for Section 504 coordinators. And if you're wondering what Section 504 is, it is a legal plan or document for students with physical and mental impairments that do not need special education services. So they're served in the general education environment. And so for Section 504, every school district has a district Section 504 coordinator, but there also is a school level one. So this book is for anyone who wants to gain knowledge. So principals, get this book for your teachers for back to school. Thank you for your support as always, and gain your knowledge is power. It's available on Amazon. Thank you. Bye.